So the big question is this: how do you lose all the weight that you want and actually keep it off for the rest of your life, while trying to make sense of all the noise that comes from the weight loss industry? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. G'day guys, and welcome to the next episode of the Weight Loss Secrets podcast. My name is Baron Grant and I'm super excited for yet another episode where we can talk about some tips, tricks and ideas that are going to help you to be able to lose all the weight you want and keep it off for the rest of your life. Now, before getting into this episode, I do need to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Ditching the Diet. Surprise, surprise, that's my business, sponsoring myself. So if you are really looking to lose weight and make some real changes, and these tips and tricks aren't quite enough for you to get it on track and make the changes that you need to, then head to ditchingthediet.com. You can grab a copy of my book, you can jump on my program, and we can work together even. I can even coach you day to day if that's something that you're after. So definitely jump on, have a look, and see if you can get some, jump on and get some more information that's going to help you to be able to lose all the weight and make that real change, that transformation that you want to make in your life. So ditchingthediet.com. Now, today, I should really call this the weight loss secret rant or Baron's rant. So hang on to your hats, because I'm going to say exactly what I think about something that might upset some people, but that's not my intention. I just want to speak honestly about something that a lot of people don't speak about honestly, and that is weight loss surgery. Now, I'm only going to talk about one type of weight loss surgery today, which is gastric band or lap band, but in other episodes, I'll talk about the other types that are available for people as well. But to start off, I want to just tell you a quick story about when I was doing my weight loss consultant course. Over the years, I've been a PT, done lots of courses, and own my own gym over almost a 20-year period. But the most recent course I did was to be an official weight loss consultant a few years ago. And in doing that, we did a lot of assignments and exams and whatever else that you had to on that process. But on that journey, I remember one assignment that I had to do. And one of the questions on that assignment was along the lines of, tell me in what situations should weight loss surgery be recommended? Now, to be fair to say, I'm pretty passionate about this particular topic. And so I responded in a very honest and forthright way. And I said, they should never be recommended. In fact, they should be cancelled, banned, and I believe it's a form of malpractice. Whoa, that's pretty harsh, yeah. But that's what I said, because I absolutely fundamentally disagree with the whole concept of weight loss surgery, because I'm a believer that everything we do has a consequence, and then we can reverse that by doing the complete opposite in most situations. And that is certainly the case with weight gain and weight loss. And there is no need to be cutting people's bodies open. So that was pretty much how I responded to this question. Now, I failed that particular question. I got a incorrect, and I wasn't quite happy with that, as you would imagine. The lady said that, the assessor said to me that in certain situations when someone is morbidly obese and their life is at risk, that it's a good option. And I responded to her to let her know that I think it's a terrible option, because you can lose weight. If you're morbidly obese, you can lose weight just as fast eating the right stuff as what you will with any weight loss surgery. And the complications that you get from weight loss surgery are not there when you do it the right way, and a healthy way, and a proper way. But there's a huge amount of money to be made in this industry, and so people are going to still continue to spruik weight loss surgery as the mecca, as the option to be able to lose all the weight that people want. So it's very clear where I stand with this stuff. And I want to talk about today, particularly gastric band surgery, and why people should stay away from it as much as humanly possible. Now, I want to explain why I feel so passionate about it as well. It's because I've worked with probably hundreds of people who have had it. How's that? Who have had it, and they've come to me years later after putting the weight all back on. And so it's not like it's the mecca. Yes, you'll lose weight if you have surgery. Maybe not 100%. I had a few that didn't lose any weight, but the vast majority of them have lost a lot of weight, and then the weight comes back on. There's some statistics that I read that over 50% of people who have weight loss surgery put all the weight back on and more in the subsequent 5 years. So it's certainly not a great long-term fix. People will get some weight loss with it, but you don't need to do that. You can just eat good and move, and you'll get to where you want to be just as fast as weight loss surgery. Now, let's talk about the procedure itself a little bit, right? So the way that a lap band works, essentially, I'm not going to go into details and specifics of every single bit of it, but you have a band that goes around your stomach, at the top end of your stomach, that is a silicone band that can be increased or decreased with the injection of some extra fluid, some saline, saline fluid, and it can be, so it can get bigger and smaller as needed. So they can make some alterations later on. The whole idea of it is that it is restrictive for your stomach. So therefore your stomach cannot consume as much food as it previously would. Now, the problem that I have with this, first of all, it's surgery that is unnecessary. Secondly, it puts something foreign in your body that doesn't belong there, causes other complications. And I'll talk about some more side effects in a second, but the whole concept of weight loss surgery bothers me. And the reason it bothers me is this. Weight loss surgery is built on the premise that the person who is providing that care believes that you, the individual, has zero control of your brain, zero control of your body, and that your stomach is in control of your daily actions. You cannot control this stomach. That's what they think. You can't control it. So we will put a restrictive mechanism in there so that your stomach is limited, and because remember, your stomach controls your brain, right? And that's what these people believe that are peddling weight loss surgery. They believe that your stomach controls your brain. You lack the cognitive ability to make healthy choices with your food and limit your food intake. That is the premise, right? And so with that said, I think that's pretty uninspiring and makes me feel not in a very powerful position for myself to make long-term change, because the reality is this: the restriction needs to come from here, not from here, not from your stomach. It needs to come from your brain, right? And so the whole idea is that they shut it off at a certain point and make it smaller so that the body tells the brain that it's full earlier. But there are some complications with that I want to really go through. But before I do that, I want to talk about the cost. So people look at it and they go, yeah, that's the go. It's going to cost you the better part of $20,000 to have this surgery done. I'm talking in Australia. If you're lucky enough to have private health, then there's a gap of about $6,000 or $7,000. Don't we love the gaps in private health cover? But the thing for me is it's a $20,000 operation to wrap something around your stomach so that your body says, I don't need to eat anymore, where really we can make that decision with our brain and be in control of that ourselves. Now, if you can't afford this magical weight loss surgery, then you can go to your superannuation fund. So they've rigged this system, the doctors have rigged this system so that you can go to your superannuation fund, take money out of your super that you need for your retirement to wrap something around your stomach to restrict your eating when you can do it yourself. And so it drives me a little bit crazy, and that's why I did warn you that today's a bit of a rant session, so hang on to that. Now, with that said, that's the cost, that's the procedure in its very simple form, but I want to talk through some of the things that happen because of this surgery, and this blows my mind, right? Like when people are prescribed Duromine, remember that one from the previous episodes? If people are prescribed Duromine, when they have high blood pressure, right? They're prescribed Duromine when they have high blood pressure and then Duromine, increases their blood pressure. It's just a terrific idea. But it's similar with weight loss surgery. So you have this lap band surgery, and guess what the foods are that you're told you shouldn't eat? You shouldn't eat much high fiber foods. Why? Because those high fiber foods can get stuck above the lap band, and it's hard for your body to digest those high fiber foods. So things like, you ready? I have to read them off my little list. Celery, corn, orange, asparagus can get caught in the band. Things like salad greens and fresh fruit and veggies. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a wrap around your stomach, or we're going to put a band around your stomach. Then we're going to tell you, please don't eat anything healthy. Because if you eat healthy things, you can't get it down your stomach that we've now, manipulated and changed to become smaller. Can anyone not see the just craziness in this? The foods that we need to be eating are salad greens, are all of those things that I just mentioned. We need to be eating those foods because they are healthy for our body. So what does that mean? That means you can't get as much fiber in. That's not so good for your body. Fresh fruit and veggies, you can't get that in. That's no good. So you're lacking vitamins, you're going to be lacking calcium, you're going to be lacking all these things. So guess what? You need to now, after you have lap band surgery, be on a series of vitamins for the rest of your life, because you can't get the vitamins and supplements that you need out of your food. You've got to add extra supplementation, because your body can't break down these foods as easily as what it used to, and it can get caught with the band. So it doesn't sound too appealing to me, that's for sure. Now, also, some other side effects and things you need to consider, ongoing changes that you need to make. You need to eat your food really slowly. In fact, they say 20 to 30 minutes it should take you to eat your food, because you need to chew it so small so it doesn't get caught in the band, because your restriction that you now have in your stomach. Don't gulp your water. So I laughed when I read this, because I'm like, well, I know that when I've done a workout or something, man, I've got to get that water in as fast as I can. And so you can't be doing that. So make sure after you do a workout that you're just sipping it. You've got to sip it and get it down. But the weight loss surgery part of it, the taking away good food as part of the journey is the one that just gets my goat. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary to have weight loss surgery, because you can lose just as fast, right? This is something that I don't understand. And the thing is, we have to keep in perspective what's actually happening to people's bodies when this happens. People's bodies are getting cut open. So not just the changes that you need to make to your food day to day to make sure that you don't get caught in the band, but there's all sorts of other complications that can happen inside the body. The band can slip, it can tear, you can get tears in your stomach because people are manhandling things that shouldn't be manhandled. And so it's just an unnecessary approach. And I stand by my thoughts. If you've read my book at all, or if you jump in my book, that's exactly what I say. It should be banned, cancelled, never to be done again, because it is a money-making scam that is wrecking people's bodies. If I could tell you some of the stories of the people that I've worked with, some have had numerous surgeries to lose weight, it's utter madness, and they are left with a real mess in their stomach and other issues going on because they've had their stomach and their bodies cut open. And so it's funny, my mum actually said to me the other day, she heard my one about Duramine, and she called me up, she goes, "Now son, you got to be a bit careful here, because the big pharma, they're gonna not be happy with you and you'll get cancelled and this." And I was like, oh, maybe I just won't do any more podcasts, or suddenly I'll get knocked off or something by big pharma. But the reality is there's a huge amount of cash being made in this industry of cutting people open and changing stuff in their bodies to help them lose weight. And it is a load of nonsense. We need to learn the right foods to eat. When we eat the right foods, we can make long-term sustainable changes to our body that can happen just as fast. And so for my message, for anyone who's considering lap band surgery or surgery in general, I know I've been a little bit mocking today of the procedure itself, but I know that some people can get to a point where they're like, nothing works. I promise you that your body is not broken. You can lose weight like everybody else. I've never found anybody who cannot actually lose weight. Do some have to work a little harder and be a little more consistent than others? Absolutely. Do some people lose faster than others? Absolutely. But everybody can lose weight when you eat the right foods and move every day. And you don't need any pills, potions, supplements. And on top of that, you absolutely don't need any weight loss surgery. So that is my message today. If you're considering it, don't bother. It's unnecessary use of funds, and it's going to be a pretty uncomfortable process. And you have to change the way you eat for the rest of your life. That reduces the amount of good, healthy food that you can put in your bodies, that therefore will not give you the nutrition that you need. So stay away from it. Make good choices instead. Drink lots of water and move, and get in contact. We can even have a chat on the phone. You can hit the link at the bottom of this video and we can have a chat on the phone, and I can talk you through, what changes you can make in your life as well. But I wish you all the best on the journey. Stay away from that surgery stuff. You certainly don't need it. Looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow.